Hello everybody! Today we're going to show you a tutorial on how you can log into your Canvas account and then for your social studies class to go to Google Classroom for your learning. So you're going to start off on the William Floyd School District homepage. On the top it says Canvas. You're going to click Canvas and a new tab will open up. From there, you're going to need to log in. Now I'm not going to log in with my email just yet because that would work automatically. Instead, we're going to use a different email here. This is a fake one. Let's say your name was John Smith. You would do johnsmith@wfsd.k12.my.us. You would click next, and then it would ask you for your password. Now, because I can't put my password on this because it's not a real account, I'll just do that here. So it's a capital J for John, a lowercase s for Smith. From there, you would do your student ID number. Let's say John Smith's student ID number was 111111. You do that and then an exclamation point. Now it's going to give me an error message because it thinks it's a username. You will not have that error message here. Okay, so this would be your login, let's say, your first initial, your last name's initial, make sure the first name is capitalized, second name is lowercase, your student ID number, and then an exclamation point. Now, because I want to log in to show you Canvas, we will log in now. Not going to show you my password. I'm going to say stay signed in because maybe for you, you're going to be using Canvas every single day in your other classes, just not for Google Classroom. And then we will be on the dashboard of my Canvas page. Now your Canvas will look slightly different. I have a lot more icons than you based on my sections of my classes, but maybe you'll have one that says Global History, like this one, Global History. Or maybe it'll say ENL, English as a New Language Global History, depending on the class you are in. I'm going to click this one, and we are going to see both Spanish and English. If you're just in an English class, you'll see it entirely in English. For this specific class, though, it'll be in both English and Spanish. So over here it says Period 1 Global ENL, English as a New Language. And over here it says go to Google Classroom, where we will have access to all of our materials. Now, this class code is going to be different than yours, so you don't need to copy this one because that's not going to help you. But it says over here, classroom.google.com. We're going to go there in a moment, and we're going to see all the directions here as well. These same directions will be below in English. So let's go to classroom.google.com. Now, if you notice right now there's no classes here, my email is also not the email I'm supposed to be using. This email is my personal email. So instead, I need to be using my school email. So make sure you're using your school email. And now this is all the classes I'm currently enrolled in. Maybe you're enrolled in some too. That's great if you are. But right now I need to join a class. So I'm going to get the code that I saw on my Canvas page. I'm going to copy and paste it. And automatically, unless you mess up like I just did, automatically, you'll hit join, and you will be able to join that class. Now, this says right here, this is an experiment. It is not a real class. So for that code, I hope you're not going to be funny and copy that because it's not going to help you. After that, we're going to go to classwork. Now, in this class, there is no work. So I'm going to pull in work from another class that I am currently enrolled in. Now, I can see the different assignments that I have not yet completed. Hopefully I'll get those done soon. But I'm going to click on Indian Independence. And over here, there are two links. One is a YouTube video, which is a presentation of the lesson that goes along with those documents. So if we look over here, we're not going to listen to myself narrate because you can only hear my voice once in a single day without crying. Here, we have the different documents and readings that go along with the exact lesson that we would be studying, and this is going to be narrated and read to you to support your learning. And it matches up entirely with your documents, and it will end every single day with an exit ticket and a reminder to wash your hands while we are home due to the coronavirus. So that's the video, but how am I supposed to do my work? First, you'll click the document that is assigned to you, and it will open up automatically into Google Docs. If you are using a cell phone, you will need to download both Google Classroom and Google Docs. We have another tutorial on that if you want to see how to access those documents on Google Docs. Now, Some of you have downloaded the file and maybe you've converted to a PDF. You don't need to do that. Anything you write in this Google Doc will automatically be saved. For example, and I'm basically doing this first part of the lesson for you right now, these are the different events that are associated with these images. So I'm typing this, I'm working hard, I'm submitting all my work here. This is great, it's automatically saving. And let's say I did the entire document. When I get down to the bottom, there are multiple choice questions. Now, let's say I have these questions over here, and I'll just do one right now. Which concept is best illustrated by Mr. Gandhi? Well, he's not a very violent guy. He does not like nuclear weapons, so I think the answer is C. So over here, I go to the font change, and I make that red. Or maybe I didn't see that tool. Maybe I'm working on my cell phone. It's a little bit harder to do. So instead, I write just C underneath it. And now I know I've shown my teacher which answer I think it is. And then down below, you will have an exit ticket. So it says explain the historical context for Indian independence. So the background, what led to it? So Indian independence was sought for decades, if not hundreds of years. For example, there were, and you could start explaining what happened. Now my work is automatically saved in the drive. It says up top, all changes saved in drive. Now I don't need to worry about whether or not if I'm connected to the internet, if it's saved, because it already did. So I finished all my work. Okay, all of this is filled in. Fantastic. And then I go back to Google Classroom and I go to View Assignment. Now I worked hard. I worked my butt off. This was great. Now I want to press Turn In because this shows to my teacher that I finished my work. Now we know that this is not a filled in packet. This needs a lot more work to be done. However, I'm going to turn it in just to show for this example. So I hit Turn In your work. Absolutely yes, I don't want to work on this anymore. Turn in. And boom, my teacher's now received it. Now let's say I get feedback and my teacher says, no, you need to add more. I can click Unsubmit. You unsubmit it, and then I can go back and I can edit the document. By doing so, I'm able to continue to expand with details, and I'll hopefully get a little bit better with some of these topics as well as just using Google Classroom. So remember, you're going to start on Canvas. You will switch to Google Classroom. You'll type in your code. This was the experiment class, but you'll go to classwork. You'll go to your assignment, which in this case was Indian independence. I worked on it. Well, my access has expired because I gave access to my teacher by turning it in. I submitted it, and then if I need to do any more work, I can unsubmit. This is your tutorial for how to access these documents. Hopefully, if you're using a computer or Chromebook, it'll be easier to edit these documents. We did prepare that other tutorial if you're using a phone or a tablet as well. If you have any questions, please reach out to your teacher. We are here to support you.